Discover the new automations in TimeTonic. Design less, accomplish more with TimeTonic's new automation engine. Thanks to its enhanced visual design space, you can expand your automation possibilities while maintaining full control over your processes. This development marks a major turning point in how you will be able to envision and implement your business scenarios. You'll find new triggers, advanced conditions, multiple branches, and new actions that can be combined. This new automation engine transforms your repetitive tasks into intelligent sequences. Let's take a concrete look at this together. Go to your workspace in the Automation tab, Automation with AI and TimeTonic. You don't have any automation set up yet, and you'll see a button offering to add a new automation. Otherwise, if you've already set up automation scenarios, you'll find them here in the Automation Configuration window. You can simply click on the corresponding row to easily enter the detailed settings for that specific automation, or you can also click on the option to add a brand new automation. Let's take a look at the options available in this Automation Management interface window. To make it easier to find an automation, you can search by keyword based on the title you've given your automation. And you can also filter by trigger or by action. A very important option that will determine how you design your scenarios, choosing whether to enable or disable the visual editor. If not, the icons representing the building blocks of my scenario disappear. To navigate this window, various options make daily use easier for me. I can drag and drop automation rows to organize them among themselves. Here, you'll find the icon to open the Automation Logs window, giving you visibility over executions. You will also find this log icon when you go to a record in the Edit menu and on the execution lines, where you can click and see the execution details for this automation. I click on this option, which allows me to duplicate an automation or delete it. Here, I have the distinct option to either activate an automation or alternatively, make it completely inactive. This also provides a clear view of the total number of days that have passed since this particular automation was initially created or subsequently modified. On this icon, you'll find support documentation and dedicated articles to help you master automations. To open an automation scenario, click directly on this icon or directly on the line. The scenario window opens. To add a new automation, click on Add an Automation and your scenario window will be ready to configure. In this window, you will find the visual editing option, which you can disable. In that case, your automation scenario design will be done in linear mode. You can enable or disable this automation, find the icons to access support documentation, expand your design workspace for more comfort, and finally, close the window if needed. Start by giving your automation a name, which is required in order to create and save your scenario. To begin your scenario, you will simply click on the When block, which will then open the comprehensive window for selecting various trigger types. You can choose from several powerful triggers, such as field modification, record saving, creation form view, external form, permalink click, webhook trigger, or scheduling. Next, you will click on the prominent plus icon and then carefully choose to add a specific condition to check before truly triggering the subsequent action. Validating the condition automatically creates the Then block. I click on this block and the Action Type window opens. I have the convenient option to write in a specific field or to add a brand new record to the existing table or even another distinct table. I can also generate an important ICS calendar invitation file, make a direct request to the advanced Mistral AI or the powerful ChatGPT, and furthermore, utilize an efficient OCR process to accurately extract valuable data from a given PDF file. And finally, an external trigger, the ability to send an email or make an API call to integrate with an external tool. I can move around the space with my mouse. For more comfort, I open my window and I can use the options here. This map option allows me to drag directly to visually browse through scenarios that might be extensive. I can reduce or enlarge the view of my window and here decrease the zoom context. To access the options for the different blocks, go to a block, right-click, and a context menu will offer you various options. For the action, you can click on Change Action, which allows you to modify the action you want to perform. Here, you can delete your action or you can add a new action. Right-clicking on your trigger allows you to change the type of trigger you just selected. Right-clicking on the condition block, the context menu offers to delete the condition block, add a new action, and a conditional branch. Let's look at the conditional branch option. I select a new branch, a distinct path, otherwise a check path has just been thoughtfully added. I click again on the specific branch. I then proceed to set the field, the designated operator, and the corresponding value. For each individual conditional branch, an essential action block absolutely needs to be carefully added. I click. For this particular example, I will carefully type in a specific field and then confidently confirm my entry. To create another conditional branch, I click again on the first condition and select Conditional Branch. You get an if, else if path, each with actions. The yellow boxes indicate that a configuration is missing. A message at the bottom of your window gives you more details. I need to configure this block. You can add other conditional branches or continue designing your scenario with new conditions and new branches, each of which will also have their own actions. With these improvements, you only need to create a single automation here, whereas before it was necessary to create several scenarios. In this example of an automation scenario, I want to send a different message in the comments depending on the type of status of the intervention line. I will give a name and description for the context of this automation. I validate the title and my description. I create my scenario. I find my storyline with my visual editor option. I discover the icons representing our triggers, the icons representing the different branches of conditions and their actions. For this example, I opened a work order and I will manually change the status to in progress to observe the triggering of my automation, which writes a message in the comments to give me information about its status. I will do the same with the other status to also see the corresponding message, and finally, the last status that triggers my automation. As you may have noticed, this development will change and support the way you think, design, or even present your work scenarios. TimeTonic continues to support you even more by offering a tool that remains accessible, allowing you to work with agility and to improve and optimize intelligently. So now, if you haven't already, it's your turn to try it out.